Hi everyone, welcome to my power review. I am kind of pumped up right now because, like I said previously, I've been always wanting to do reviews but never got around to it. And I got through Virgo very late, but nevertheless, I finished. So I'm going to try this Power Book 2 review. And y'all sit back and listen and tell me what you guys think. Also, I'm gonna say this: Power, the show, it has its way of like when Power first started, I was loving it, and then it would lose me, and then it got me back, and then it would lose me, and now I'm back again. I liked Power Book 1. It was okay for what it was. I didn't expect for me to really like Tariq as the main character, but I do now. Mary J. Blige, I'm sorry she cannot act, but all the other supporting actors kind of help it, so it's not that cringy. But some things is just like, girl, like, But that's just my opinion. Nevertheless, I like her in it. You know, she's beautiful. She's doing her thing. But she's not bringing me the full character. Just my opinion, though. Like I said, in Power Book 1, Tariq shocked me. I didn't know that he would be. He's very mature. Like he's on his grown man as far as like staying in school, getting this money for his mom, lawyer, and just doing what he has to do as a young black man. These professors, they better amp it up this season because Power Book Part 1, what was the point? What the fuck was the point? I don't know, but y'all tell me what y'all feel, and I'm going to get to the review right now. Okay, the episode begins with McLean meeting up with Sax at his office, and it appears that they're working together to get what both of them need. McLean, he needs a win because his reputation is on the line, and he's trying to not lose that track record he has. And Sax, he needs to prove to his bosses and them that he's doing his job, that he's not and manipulating his way to the top. And Sax also really needs a conviction. So it appears that the plan is to get Tasha off and then come back for a warrant for Tariq arrest for killing Ghost. So the strategy is to pick the perfect jury so that they would move in Tasha's favor and she will be acquitted of all charges held against her. Sax said that he has the perfect lineup on a whiteboard and he has the pictures and everything of the potential jurors. Davis McLean like, oh, that's nice, but here's mine. It's digital and it's bigger. And he passed him the iPad and he was like, and you have to get people that looks like me. Sax said, you know what? The minute that they left Tasha go, I'm going to put them handcuffs on Tariq right there in the courtroom. She may not be happy. And she may suspect that you were involved. McLean said, well, Tasha can get as mad at me as she wants to, long as it's from the comfort of her home. I got my win. You got your killer. We are all happy. And so Sax said, yeah, everybody but Tariq. Okay, next up we have Tariq, and he's in class trying to get ahead of the rest of the class, trying to catch up or get some extra study in before class start. And his mom called from her burner phone in jail. Tariq like, hey mom, I'm in class, what's going on? Tasha said, this won't take long, Tariq. I'm going to trial and I'm going to take a deal. Tariq says, what? No. Tasha tells Tariq that Davis McLean think that they can still win. He told her not to take the deal. She's like, look, I don't fully understand this, but that's what he says. So Tariq said, well, we got to trust him. And if it's anybody that's going to be coming forward, it's going to be me, not you. Tasha like, well, I just hope he right. I hope either one of us have to go to jail. And class is starting. The other students are coming in, and Tariq tells Tasha that he has to go. Okay, class has started, and we pretty much see that whatever topic they discussed in class, Tariq either applies it to his own personal life or somehow it mimics Tariq or his family past life or current situation. And today's topic is about good and evil. So the class was debating if they agreed or didn't agree with the author of the book. So Miss Milgram asked Tariq, so Tariq, what do you think? Who's right? Are we fundamentally good or bad? What about your friends? What about your family? And she said, I'm posing this to everyone in the class. Think about it. Make it personal. Are you fundamentally good or bad? Y'all, I do not like Professor Milgram. She is like the pot calling the kettle black. She's acting all high and mighty, but she fucking with Jabari over him, having sex with a grad student, which is fine, I guess. Like, he won't get fired for it, but I can see where she's saying is unethical. And we seen this bitch being inappropriate with Zeke on a few times. Like, she is crazy. I'm not feeling her. I'm really not. Okay, now it's jury selection time, and we have Sachs and McLean. And the judge like, look, I'm not for y'all shit today. Y'all gonna have to have some decorum about yourself and get this shit together. Sachs and McLean like, okay, cool. And they run swiftly through the jury selection. The judge is like, I'm impressed. And she's kind of surprised that, Sachs went in favor with this person or McLean went in favor with that person. But my concern is it going to be suspicious to where they raise an eyebrow and want to investigate why y'all getting along so good? Okay, the judge approves the jury and court starts on Wednesday. On the way out, McLean is talking to Sherry, and he like, I think we're good. Sherry like, no, not Tasha. Those millenniums is not going to cut Tasha any slack for going along with her husband, and you know this. I see this being a mistrial at best. McLean said, a mistrial isn't a loss in my book. Sherry like, I never known you to count on a mistrial. You always play to win. McLean said, don't worry, I promise you, we'll get the verdict that we should. This is the right jury, and I know what I'm doing. Sherry said, you better. And on to Sachs. So Sachs, boss Steven is grilling him. He like, what the fuck was that jury? Sachs said, we're not going to get a mistrial. We're in good shape. Chill out. Steven like, Sachs, Tasha is beautiful. All those nerds you picked, they going to give her not guilty just to see if they can go out on a date with her. Sachs said, I promise we'll get the right results. Sachs goes down to the jailhouse to have a visit with Two-Bit. And he's trying to get Two-Bit to testify against Tasha, basically to place Tasha as, a queen pin, one that he used to take orders from. So Two-Bit like, I ain't no motherfucking snitch, and that ain't how I roll. Fuck no, fuck you. So here come Davis sneaking his ass down there. See, Davis to me, he could say, he could have this pack with sex all he want, but Davis McLean is not going to keep his word to sex, I don't think. I think he in it for the best interest of however he get it. So if that means, okay, I'm going to lay down with you and whisper sweet nothings in your ear sacs to make you believe this, then that's what I'm going to do. But he has no loyalty to sex. So Davis tells Two-Bit like, look, you need to hire me and so we can have this a private conversation about this, and it's for free. So hire me. So Two-Bit puts in, for Davis to be his lawyer. He meets up with him. McLean tells Two-Bit like, look, I need you to take Sex deal. So Two-Bit like, I told y'all motherfuckers, I'm not no fucking snitch. So Davis like, look, I told you don't have to do no snitching. And here's why. This is the plan that we gonna set up. And he bring in Rodriguez. Blanca tells Two-Bit like, I'm no longer a cop because of sex. You're in here because of sex. Help me to take him down. You go home. We both win. We just need you to take his deal, get on stand, say exactly what I'm going to tell you to say, and it's a win-win. So Two-Bit like, I don't trust them. And David's like, well, trust me, nigga. Help me to help you. And there's no snitching involved. Okay, over at Monet, she getting tired of her brats. And she like, they going down to the bar to do some counting and some sorting today. Diane like, why can't Al do it? What do we pay him for? Monet said, we? Y'all forgetting the roles around here. Y'all don't do shit. Diana said, you just upset that we went to that party. And you the one who sent us up there. You be going up there. Zeke's there. Monet said, well, Zeke is not you. And Zeke listens. And Drew said, Zeke did what he want. Monet said, look, Zeke ain't in nobody's bed he not supposed to be in. And Zeke ain't keeping secrets. I'm going to the fucking car to wait. Y'all hurry up, get your shit and come on. So when she leave out, Kane like, what the fuck is she talking about? I know you ain't sleeping with that nigga Tariq. Monet said, no, I'm not sleeping with him. But boy, you better stop. You ain't my motherfucking daddy. Drew, you better tell him. Kane asks Drew, so you know about this? You let this go down? And Drew said, well, I know how to keep my mouth shut like no one else in this family does. Drew is a bitch when it comes to Kane. I wonder if Kane even knows that Drew is gay. And he definitely could have defended Diana and took the heat off her like she's the one who's fucking Tariq. You know what I mean? Like he could have took up for her. So as Drew and Anna is leaving out, Kane kind of grabs Diana by the hand and he's like, you can't be fucking that nigga. And she said, get the fuck off me. I ain't fucking him. Kane is a psycho. He's going to find himself in a very crazy situation because of his attitude and temper. And it's nothing just but hate, really, because Tariq didn't do nothing to him. If anything, Tariq been very patient with them. He gets the money and he does what's expected of him. What more does this fucking family want with him? Okay, so over at Tariq. Tariq stops over Lauren's place to give her something she left in class. And today's class topic came up. So Lauren's like, you never answered the teacher's question, Tariq. Are you fundamentally good or bad? Tariq said, why? If I'm bad, does that change anything? And if I'm good, what does that mean? How good are you, Lauren? They was about to kiss until they got interrupted by a knock at the door, and it was Blocker, Lauren's boyfriend. And he gets to grilling Lauren about a picture he found on Instagram talking about she can't be out here looking inebriated. And this is the part that he had me fucked up because I'm like, first of all, Lauren treats him like an older brother. She done forgot the boy was even in town this weekend. Secondly, isn't this like the second time you done seen Tariq and your girlfriend together and you ain't say a motherfucking thing? Well, you might have said something, but you sure ain't do a bitch ass thing. Thirdly, Lauren got you out here looking like a fucking creep. You're running around chasing her. You're all on her fucking IG picture stalking her. You're popping up, knocking at the door. She forgot your ass was even coming down here. And Blocker had the nerve to say, next semester we gonna see about you getting into Georgetown. No the fuck you not, because Lauren is not that girl. To me, Lauren is fundamentally a bad girl. And that's not a bad thing. It's just that she doing her thing. She making her own decision. And it does not seem it include Blocker. Lauren has been shooting her shot at Tariq. And I also believe that she was shooting her shot at Professor Jabari because when she asked him to dinner to her parents' house and he asked her to invite Tariq, or was it the other professor, Milgram? I forgot at which order he told her to. But anyhow, when she realized that, it's just not going to be an intimate thing, Professor Jabari, her mom and dad, she kind of had this disappointed look on her face. And I could be wrong, but that look told me a lot. When he asked everyone else to join, she kind of gave it that look like, damn, I thought it would just be us. I mean, it could be me, but that's what I feel. Blocker does not exist in Lauren's world. That's why I call him Blocker, because every time she's doing something, about to do her, he's always right around the corner, knocking at the door some goddamn where, being a blocker. But anyway, as Blocker is grilling Lauren. Tariq come from behind the door like, Blocker, like, Jamal, right? Was she helping you with the math homework or something? Because y'all spending a lot of time together. Tariq like, it's Tariq, and I was just dropping something off that she left in class. And he walked right past Blocker and got the fuck going. And Lauren like, I'm gonna call you later, Tariq. Sex is over there trying to get a deal because he's thinking in his head like he has to give Too Big an offer that he can't refuse. Asking his boss to grant Too Big full immunity for his testimony. But Sex's boss is like, well, if Rodriguez couldn't make him talk, what makes you think that you can? And Sex like, you talking about you read something about him. How about I heard the story and it's good? So Sex boss like, let me see what I can do. So he's about to make some phone calls, see what type of strings he can pull. Monet is putting her spoiled brats to work. Drew and Diana is fucking pissed. They like, all this motherfucking shit. Come on, man. Monet like, hell no, y'all is too fucking spoiled running around here with pocket full of money, clothes on y'all back, cars to drive. And that's off of me and your father hard work, busting our asses for this family. Now, Diana, you gonna do the tally, and Drew, you gonna break that shit down. And give me those phones. And Monet take their phones, but she does not like put them in her purse and take them with her. She put them right next to him on the shelf. And we can see Everett is blowing Drew's phone up. Okay, over to messy ass Uncle Nancy. He done started this little fire with sending Riley over at Stanford to get some information about Tariq. He's trying to warn Riley not to keep going to Stanford. He's like, you need to leave that little boy Brayden alone because this can turn into a clusterfuck full of shit. Riley tells her Uncle Nancy, like, I'm in love. And Uncle Nancy said, well, no, you're not. You don't know anything about love. And Riley basically said, if you think I'm going to take somebody advice from someone who has a sex doll, you're crazy. Uncle Nancy tells Riley, like, look, all I'm saying is you don't need to get involved with someone who's living with a potential target of a criminal investigation. Sex slipped up and told Riley that, and he asks Riley, please don't tell Brayden that. Riley said, I won't, and I'm going to prove to you that he has nothing to do with whatever Tariq has going on. Next, over at the dorm, Brayden called his brother over, and he like, where my shit? So his brother like, the dudes just want to have some fun, so I took it. So Brayden like, no, you better give me my shit or you gonna have to pay for it. He like, no, what's yours is mine and what's mine is mine. Brayden is an asshole, and I don't think he seriously know what Brayden is into. And this some serious shit. Some shit that can get his ass killed. Anyway, they get to tussling, doing that brothers thing, rolling around on the floor. And Kane just walks in, and he like, what the fuck is going on here? This Tariq shit, right? Where he at? So Brayden's brother goes over to Kane, and he like, hold on, we just having a familiar situation here. You need to take that ghetto bullshit and go on. So Kane like, he whipped out the stick and he put it to his face like, what was that? Now Brayden's brother, he quiet. You can't buy a bow from him now. Brayden's like, whoa. Look, Tariq is not here. So Kane like, I can see that white boy. Where he at? I don't know. The boy got like 20 fucking credits. He probably around campus some fucking way. I don't know. Can we just calm down? Your name Kane, right? We are all friends. We're actually partners. So this pissed Kane the fuck off. He once slept the fuck off. Like, who the fuck? What the fuck you say? Then we all going on a ride and leave y'all phones. Brayden knows too much about Kane, and Kane don't know a motherfucking thing about Brayden. And, that makes people nervous, especially in that world. Okay, over to Monet brats, Drew and Diana. Drew is ready to go. He done a lot of shit. This is fucking enough. I'm ready to go. Diana like, I don't know why you pressed about that lame ass closeted nigga anyway. Plus, when Kane was talking shit, you didn't claim him today. Drew said, look, I just keep my business to myself. Everett continues to blow Drew's phone up. And Monet like, look, if you leave, Monet will kill you. Drew sat his ass right back down and got the sorting that shit out again. Back at the dorm, Tariq walks into his quarters and see Riley there, but no Brayden. Tariq asks Riley, like, what the fuck are you doing? Her ass was snooping and she wasn't doing nothing but look inside of a book. But nevertheless, she shouldn't be in there looking at shit on his side of the room. Tariq said, where the fuck is Brayden at? Why are you here? So Riley said, I promise you, like, the door was open. I did not break into your house. Tariq is irked, like, what the fuck you mean the door was open? And he takes the book from Riley and he opens his nightstand drawer, and in his bottom door, the gun is just sticking out, not under anything, not inside of a box, just out like hello. And he put the book in the drawer. So what if Riley seen that already? Riley asked Tariq, do you know where he at? Because if he made me come all the way down here and he's not here, I'm going to kill him. Tariq like, I don't know. He's usually here 24/7. Why won't you just pick up the phone and call him? Riley said, yeah, why didn't I think of that? I should call him because you was snooping. She picks up the phone and calls Brayden's cell phone, and they notice that Brayden's cell phone is near the chessboard, and Tariq grabs it, and the both of them now looks worried. And Riley like, look, is this some wingman bullshit? She think it's about some bitches, and Tariq, he is, he thinking farther along, like what the fuck is going on, because he know what they're into. This some serious shit. And he doesn't have time for this girly ass shit with Riley. So he like, look, bitch, you're going to have to calm the fuck down. And, matter of fact, you're going to have to leave. I'll call when he gets, Brayden will call you when he gets here. Riley said, bullshit, I'm staying right the fuck here. At the trap house, Everett is blowing up Drew's phone, and Drew like, fuck this shit, I am out. And he grabs his coat, and Diana like, please don't leave, please. And he grabbed his shit, like, fuck you, girl, you can sit here all you want, but I'm gonna see this nigga. And he leaves the fuck out. Okay, over here with Psycho Kane and Brayden and Trace. Kane pulls up on the block, and he tossed the bag in the back to Trace. Trace opened the bag, and it's work. He got to get rid of it. And, Brayden is worried because he know his brother ain't about that life. And Trace is like, no, come on, please. So Kane like, no, we know each other, right? We work together, right? I need to see y'all work. I need to see you get rid of that. And all of it. Trace ass think this is a game. He's like, listen. We are Westerns. We can't get caught up in this bullshit. Like, we can all resolve this. You take me back home. I will give you my fucking Rolex. I got a Rolex at home. Kane ass turned around to the back seat with that gun pointed at Trace, and he said, get the fuck out and sell my shit. Brayden said, Trace, get out. Get the fuck out and do what he says. And Trace stupid ass got to take his stupid ass out there and sell that shit. Brayden tried to get out with Trace, but Kane like, no, you get your own corner. Brayden knows that his brother isn't cut out for this, and he may not make it through the night. Kane drops Brayden off at his corner, and he approaches a group of guys that's sitting on the steps. Unlike his brother, Brayden is a people's person. He kind of remind me the type that can make friends with anyone. Brayden goes up to the guy, and he's talking about the shit night that he having with his brother, how his brother just left him with no money, no phone, and no way home. So the guy asks him like, so what? Call Uber. He like, but that's what I'm telling you. Like, I don't have no phone to. Only thing I got is this blunt, but I don't have no matches. So if y'all have some matches, we can light this and I smoke it with y'all. So the guys are reluctant, like, they like, how long you been a cop, man? He like, I'm not a cop. I'm just having a fucked up night and I'm trying to smoke, and that's all to it. Y'all gonna help me out? And they like, yeah, we'll help you out. We'll give you some fire. Let's smoke. Brayden is going to get rid of his stuff. Now, his brother, on the other hand, he talking about, come on. I can do this. This is like Die Hard 3. And he see a payphone, and the payphone is, who uses a payphone anymore? I ain't see a payphone in a long time. Better yet, a working payphone. Now, and this is where it gets a little phony. I live in Baltimore, and I don't know not one block that you can pull up with two white boys, that stick out like a sore thumb, and they got a bag full of product and expect to get rid of it that night. Like, okay, this is TV. Back at the dorms, Eric get a text from Drew to say open the door. So Drew finally made his way up to Stansfield anyway. Drew like, yeah, what's up? You've been blowing up my phone, but you was a ghost for a minute. So Eric like, yeah, I was tripping, about your sister finding out and stuff. I did take it too far. Drew said, well, unless you change your mind about telling the truth, we don't really have nothing to talk about. Edward said, well, you haven't been truthful yourself. You never said anything about being Zeke's cousin. Edward feels like if that gets out, it messes chances up with going pro. It's not the fact that he is, down low or not comfortable with being who he truly is. He just don't want it to mess up his career, which is important to him. And he asks Drew, what is important to you? But Drew cannot focus on that because he has his family business that he has to be dedicated to. And this is where his mother is fucked up at, because Drew could be so much more than a drug dealer. Diana can too. Monet sitting there and talking about her kids don't do nothing, they spoil. Well, why don't you allow them to go to school? Diana wanted to go to school. Kane can be so much more, but that's all he knows is the street life. Anyway, Drew, he's like, what's important to me right now is you. And they get the kissing and they made up. On the block, Brayden is doing well, he's smoking and they chit-chatting. So Brayden like, I got something else that I need to get rid of. And he opens his bag and they like, damn. So Brayden like, if you know somebody that want it, they can get a fat ass discount. So one of the guys like, yeah, let me make some phone calls. Brayden like, yeah, pass me that shit. Talking about the blunt. Back at the dorms, Riley annoying ass got Tariq to play some chess with her. And she trying to manipulate him into where Brayden could be at. She like, because if Brayden is in any real trouble, I need to know because I really love him and I care about him, Tariq. So Tariq like, I know, and I don't know where he at, bitch. Over at Everett's quarters, Everett is telling Drew why it's important for him to keep his cover. Everett said, you just don't say, oh, I'm gay and make it into the Spurs. And it's a knock at the door. At the same time, he get a text and he like, oh, it's nothing. It's my tutorer. So he opened the door, get the paper, and he tosses it to Drew. And he said, study guide, study aid. And it was the product. So now Drew knows how Tariq moves the weight, and especially at the rate that he's moving it. Okay, Monet returns back to the trap. And she is mad as shit. She like, oh, no, the fuck he did not. And Monet like, yes, he did, ma. I told him. But I know where he's at. Monet like, I know where he's at. You got 2 hours. Both of y'all got 2 hours to get the fuck back here. Go get him. Diana happy as shit to get the fuck out of that house to get down to Stansfield. So as she grabs her phone, she see Drew texting her about the product. All right, back on the block, Brayden is doing his thing, and, he's chilling and smoking, and Kane pulls up, he like, all right, y'all, I'm out, and they like, you out? They dap each other, they out. Kane was impressed, and Brayden like, look, I'm good. I'm not afraid of people, Kane, but my brother is. Can we go get him? Trace ass is still worried about a phone, so he rolls up on this Dominican guy, and he asks him, he trying to bargain with a phone. And then another dude pulls up on Brayden and starts talking in Spanish, but it's aggressive, just how they coming up on him. And he's about to be in a fight. So Kane and Brayden pulls up. So Brayden, he want to help his brother, go get his brother. So Kane like, chill. He was just stomping your brains out in the dorm. He like, look, no, my brother is no match for them. I have to go out there. No, and nobody can hit on my brother but me. After Trace gets hit in the head with a bottle and a couple punches, his bag snatched, Kane like, okay, go get him. Kane has this fucking sinister way about him. Everett and Drew is back kissy face and they're playing the game, and Diana comes knocking at the door. So Everett like, I'm going to take a shower and it looks like you missed curfew. Diana like, look, I got your message and your picture. So we found out how Tariq is moving this. Do your friend know? So Drew like, no, he don't know. He don't have no idea. So Diana like, okay, well, I'm going to have to tell Monet. Drew like, look, we shouldn't tell her because what if she don't like it and she cut off Tariq and then we have no reason to come back up here. Diana like, boy, you is tripping. Take your sprung ass home. You got 2 hours. I'll be back. Riley ass is still driving Tariq crazy. She mentioned something about staying the night and Tariq like, shit, you ain't staying here. So Riley like, I'm sorry about that night. Is that why you don't want me to stay? Tariq said, what are you talking about, Riley? The drink at the party. Look, it was meant for Brayton. And when I seen you faded like that, I just didn't know what to say. And how could Tariq forget this night? Like, you may not know in details of what happened, but you knew when you woke up the next morning that you had to be faded the night before. Tariq is getting sloppy. But anyway, it's their conversation is interrupted by the knock at the door. And it's Diana. Tariq steps outside because Riley don't need to know no fucking more. And Brayden is missing somewhere and he just don't need none of the extra ass bullshit. Diana like, we need to talk. Let me in. Tariq like, no, we got to talk out here. So Diana like, well, what, you got a girl in there? Tariq said, you tripping. But you see your brother, Kane? Diana like, no, I don't keep up with that nigga. And I didn't come up here to talk about my brothers. I came up here to talk about course correct. No, you didn't, Diana. No, you did not. You was just as pressed as you saying about how you talking about your brother. That's you too. Not as pressed, but you like Tariq. You want to see what's going on. I like Diana though. Diana said, I know that you've been running this shit through this app. And I think it's smart. I think you doing your thing. But I don't know what Monet gonna think. Tariq on some shit like, why you got talent? And Diana said, y'all don't get it. Like, y'all make it worse lying to her than telling her the truth. While that's going on, Riley's sneaky ass goes over to Tariq's phone that was vibrating, and she take a picture of his phone with her phone to give to her uncle Sax. And she drops the phone so they can hear it on the outside. And Diana like, yeah, just like you lying to me about who in that room. Who is it, that bougie bitch, Lauren? Tariq said it's not even like that. And Diana goes to grab the doorknob to go in. And Tariq like, look, just chill. Trust me, it's not like that. It's not what it seems. You need to trust me. Lauren is not in there. And look, you need not to tell Monet about this system I got going on. So Diana like, you may need to keep your phone nearby you because Monet will be giving you a call. Okay, now we're back at Kane's psycho ass, and they get pulled over, and luckily it's Romero. He asks Kane like, what are you doing? This is the second time I came to save your ass. Somebody called talking about you rolling around with 2 white boys on the corner. What do you think Monet going to say about this? Kane ass talking about take that bass out your voice when you talking to me and tell them people to mind their fucking business. Romero said, no, that's what you need to do. Mind your business. You lucky I'm the one that found you. And you lucky that nothing happened to that boy except the ass whipping. Kane like, look, Tariq had my name in their mouth, so I had to rough him up a bit. But why you grilling me? You work for me. Romero said, you really don't get it, kid. We all work for your father. You, me, Monet too. But I'm going to tell you something, Romero said. This isn't good for business. The thing that men do. Now take your ass home. You done for the night. Okay, over at the women's correctional, we have McLean and we have Sherry talking to Tasha. And they want to know about 2-Bit and how well do he know Tasha, if he does even know Tasha. Tasha tells them like, no, I don't know him, but he did see me one time. But he does work for Tommy, and Tariq may have met him one time. Tasha gets alarmed because, this is involving Tariq now. and they assure her that, sex cannot bring Tariq up because he is totally irrelevant. And Tasha, like, you sure? And they ensure her that he cannot do that. She seems to be not comfortable with that, and I can understand that. I wouldn't be comfortable with that either. But she has no other choice but to trust McLean. Ramirez is dropping Trace and Braden back to the dorms. So he tells them, like, okay, I'm going to just call this tonight. This never happened. We never had this conversation. Trace is trying to press charges. He like, we need to press charges. All the shit that happened to me today. Braden said, no, you gonna shut the fuck up and let this shit go so that crazy man won't come the fuck back. Trey's stupid ass is gonna find him in some damn trouble. Okay, over at Monet's house, Diana finally gets back in, and Monet tripping like, what the fuck took y'all so long? And Diana like, yeah, look, I found out how Tariq is moving out stuff, and it's a tutoring app, but it's really no tutoring, and they're charging triple the price. And Monet says, so if anyone tries to snitch, they will blow their spot as well. That little smart nigga. So Monet said, and he didn't want me to tell you because he said you wouldn't understand. So Monet said, and you telling me this because you want me to shut him down. Why? Are you fucking him? Is he your first? So Diana like, no, none of that. So Monet like, well, you'll get over it. This is business. Over at Tariq quarters, Braden finally shows up and Raleigh is ecstatic. And she's like, come on, get your stuff. You gonna meet my mom's in the morning and we're going to my place. I done overstayed my welcome here. And Tariq like, facts. She said 2 minutes, come on downstairs. So Tariq like, what the fuck? Where was you at? So Braden like, yo, it was fucking Kane, bro. He made me go out and sell all his products and I got rich. I made money. I made all that shit. It wasn't my money, but I earned that. Braden is feeling that sense of independence that young people venture off to when they find financial independence. Braden is on a high. He think he a D-boy now. Tariq's like, chill out, bro. You're not doing that shit no more. And you think Trace gonna keep his mouth shut? And Braden said, well, I told him he has no other choice. And Tariq said, you damn right. When Braden leaves, Tariq calls Monet. And he like, what the fuck? Like, you send Kane up here? She like, what the fuck? You telling white boys our business now? And I heard about your app and how you moving the product. And Tariq said, you want me to explain it to you? She like, no, I know enough. He asks Tariq, are we good? And Tariq like, yeah, I'm good as long as Kane don't come back up here. And she tells him, like, Kane won't be back. Okay, so on the other end of the telephone line, Monet is over there with Ramirez. And he's telling Monet, like, Kane is out of control. He had them 2 white boys up there selling drugs on the corner. He out of control and he needs to be controlled. So Monet is like, Kane is none of your business. You ain't his father. So Ramirez told her, next time he in trouble, you call his father. Okay, next is court day. And we have 2-Bit. He's on the stand and Sax is questioning him about his involvement or association with Tommy. 2-Bit said, no, I don't know him. I don't have any knowledge of him. Sax like, are you sure you was in the same circles as him? You were spotted here and there with them. And you even got arrested in one of St. Patrick's spots. So 2-Bit like, oh, no, that was from a setup from that crooked-ass cop, Rodriguez, the one you got fired. Sax said, you do realize lying on the stand is a violation of your plea agreement, right? So 2-Bit like, no, actually, I done what I was supposed to do, show up and give my testimony to the best of my ability. So Sax is like, so you mean to tell me you don't know Tommy Egan or James St. Patrick? 2-Bit like, no, I don't. I don't know who Tommy Egan is, and I have not met any of the St. Patricks, but I think I did help out their son a while ago. So now McLean gets up and he asks 2-Bit, so what did exactly you help Tariq with? And 2-Bit said, well, I helped him get home one day. He got lost. McLean asks, well, did Tasha have anything to do with him finding his way back home? And Tuba said, no, I don't. I have never met your client. Clean asks, so to your knowledge, she was not a queen pick to any organization that you know of. So Tuba like, no, if I heard that a lady was running a drug operation, I would have. Word would have been around about that. McLean said, hold up, wait a minute, one last thing. Do you know how Tariq got lost? And Tuba said, well, I heard he got involved with the wrong people. And McLean said, do you know any of those wrong people involved with my client? And Tuba said, no, I do not. Tasha antennas went up from the first time they talked about Tariq. And mine would too. And McLean ass will be fired. Okay, back over at Monet's. Kane walks in the house and Monet is grilling him about the shit that he did with Braden and his brother earlier, taking them and making them go in the black. So she like, are you crazy? If another police officer would have pulled you over, what the fuck you think would have happened? With 2 bags of products and 2 white boys in your car. Kane psycho ass like, it's all Tariq's fault. He told them my name and I had to make sure, I had to check and see what was going on. If you wasn't getting involved with him, we wouldn't be going through this. We was doing fine. What do we even need him for? So Monet at this point gets the fuck up. She like, I don't gotta explain shit to you. I'm running this shit. So Kane like, no, daddy, this is daddy shit. His house, the money, all this his stuff. So Monet asked, so what you saying, boy? So Kane said, well, all I'm saying is if he was here, wouldn't none of this stuff be going on. Monet said he has 25 years. It's only been 10. So Kane is like, well, he may get parole. And when he do come, all this shit with that cop and Tariq, that's going to stop. So Diane comes from behind him trying to calm him down. And he kind of like bucked at her. And Monet, she grabbed him like, don't be hitting on her. And he knocks Monet down to the ground. Not with like an open fist, but he kind of like pushed her with his arm and she fell to the ground. And Drew like, yo, Kane, what the fuck? But Drew ain't do shit, neither did Diana. And they all 3 of them should have ganged up on him and beat the shit out of Kane clown ass. Okay, so Kane runs to the jailhouse to go see his dad, Lorenzo, and he is telling like a little tattletale. She doing this and she doing that, and Tariq, and she just won't listen. So Lorenzo said it's not her job to listen. I know that, but she gonna mess up everything you built. And Lorenzo basically tells Kane, like, look, I know you want to be a man, but while I'm in here and she's out there, she's the boss. That's just it. And you swinging on her because she is me, and I know you ain't swinging on me. And he like, look, you just going to have to chill out, watch how she run things, because it is what it is. He tells Kane, you're my soldier, and give him a hug. Now, as Kane leaving out, it's 4 guards that's escorting him out. And they come to the cage, and the cage is like locked. So then Kane just already knew what it was, and they beat the shit out of Kane, which that's exactly what Kane get. You are a grown-ass man-child sitting up there swinging on your mother like that. He is a loose cannon. I think he deserved that stuff. Even if I was his mother, I wouldn't even be mad at my husband for doing that. Okay, over at Women's Correctionals, Tasha is calling Tariq on her burner phone, and she like, look, Tariq, 2-Bit? So he like, yeah, that's one of Tommy's men. I came in contact with him before. So Tasha was like, he brought you up in court today. And Tariq said, well, why would he do that? Tasha like, I do not know, but is it any way that, Davis knew anything about what you did? And Tariq is like, no way, not at all. And look, you the one who said that we have to trust him. And Tasha said, yeah, you're right, we do. And the testimony did make me look good. And Tariq said, look, that's all that matters then. And lastly, we have Steve, Sack's boss, and he is on fire with sex. He like, that bullshit today? Like, what the fuck was that? And the fact that we let a violent felon out and he's just going to walk, he got a free pass for nothing. Congratulations for nothing. And sex like, yeah, we'll get it. Everything will be fine. And we see Dave McLean burning his phone up, ready to start some more stuff. I don't know. I'm side-eyeing McLean. He just seemed, I don't know. At one point, I'm thinking he's going to be for Tasha and Tariq. And then the next, I'm thinking that he's going to work against Tasha and Tariq and set them up just for his win. I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think, and I'll see y'all on the next episode.